Happy Friday, Paul Talkers. If you are in the UK today, then you have access to seeing the Avengers 2 Age of Ultron, and I am very envious of you. I have to wait another week. Oh! But despite the fact that I am hugely excited to see Age of Ultron, I have a few qualms with the cast. Probably the biggest news about the Avengers press tour right now is that Robert Downey Jr. walked out of an interview that is being conducted by Guru Murthy, and the tabloids and news articles that I've read about that seem to be trying to describe that event as if RDJ is acting petulantly or unreasonably, but I don't think that's the case. I'll actually link to one of Russell Brand's videos in the doobly-doo where he talks about how Robert Downey Jr. doesn't want to be there. He's just contractually obligated to promote his movie. In agreeing to do this promotional interview, Guru Murthy should have realized he was just going to be asking softball questions. That is the whole point of promoting the movie. That is not an opportunity for you to ask controversial or emotionally charged questions of an actor who otherwise would not be there. It wasn't like 2020 or Barbara Walters' interview. So the fact that RDJ calmly left the interview where he was ambushed with questions he'd never agreed to is perfectly reasonable. In fact, probably better than I would have reacted. Now in the past, Robert Downey Jr. has said that feminism isn't really a thing, and that Black Widow will never get her own movie, and kind of been dismissive of his co-star, Scarlett Johansson. On that occasion, he was definitely a jerk. Right now, I'm more concerned with how Jeremy Renner and Chris Evans were in another interview where the interviewer asked really bad questions, but in their answers, they sex-shamed and used some slurs against their co-star, Scarlett Johansson, in her role as Black Widow. They called her again, some of the fault is due to the interviewer, but they just should not have said that. After that interview, Chris Evans did give a pretty decent apology where he recognized that the words he'd used were wrong and hurtful, and he apologized to all the viewers. It was a good apology. Renner gave one of those asshole, I'm sorry if you were offended kind of apologies. Not good enough. And the fact that they happened at all, especially from a pretty upstanding guy like Chris Evans, tells us that this misogyny is deeply embedded in all of us. I'm no exception. It's in me too because I'm a part of this society, but I fight it. And this instance shows again the importance of feminism. We need it every day, all over the place. And then I saw reports that on today's episode of The Graham Norton Show, there's going to be Jeremy Renner, Mark Ruffalo, and Elizabeth Olsen. Now, I don't know if this will make it to air, but apparently during the show, all three of them used the very offensive slur. It is a slur used against primarily the Romani people, and it is associated with lynching them. It is a bad one. More so in Europe than in the United States, but even here, we have derogatory terms based on that. It's not a light thing. Don't use that phrase. Elizabeth Olsen has on other occasions also used that same word to describe her look and feel of Scarlet Witch in the movie. And then I believe Joss Whedon is responsible for penning the dialogue of the hammer lifting scene, and during that scene, Tony Stark jokingly suggests he'll be bringing back Prima Nocta when she lifts the hammer. The definition of that encompasses sexual assault, so if you don't want to hear that, please mute now, and I will wave at you when I'm done talking about it. Okay. Prima Nocta is this horrible, archaic concept that a king can decide to be the first person to have sex with your wife on your wedding night. It's called having sex, assuming she consents to it, but if she does not, that would be rape. Yeah, Tony Stark joked about that in Avengers 2. Thanks, Joss Whedon. All done with the definition. Now, for all I know, it's possible that Quicksilver, Thor, and Black Widow, their actors, have also done or said something horrible during their press junket. I just don't know about it yet. Those are the things I know about so far. So here's a couple of things to take away from this. One, as members of this problematic society, we all have problematic things inside of us, including some of our favorite actors. Two, there is such a thing as a good apology and a crap apology. Chris Evans knows which one to do. Three, Joss Whedon, as much as I like his shows, is not the greatest feminist, is not even always a good one. And four, I'm still going to go see the Avengers. I think it's okay to enjoy works of fiction that have problems in them, so long as you recognize those problematic aspects and, fight it. Talk about it. Say that it is bad. Tell everybody else that it is bad that those problematic aspects exist. And then enjoy the fiction. It's okay to enjoy the fiction. And besides, in a lot of ways, this is the second Black Widow movie, so Yeah. I gave you lots of examples of things you can comment on. Please comment on any of them down below, or tell me something that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. And if you want to see more of this face talking about geeky things, please subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. As a reminder, I am not having a live show this Saturday, but I am having a live show the following Saturday with Rowan. I'll give you more details once the weekend is passed. As always, thanks for watching. Tomorrow will be even better.